Welcome to the Beau Show, the home of faith, family, and freedom. The Wingfeather Saga is an animated family TV series based on books by Andrew Peterson and created by VeggieTales and Dreamworks veteran J. Chris Wall. It was crowdfunded by 10,000 angel investors via Angel Studios, a fundraising concept of the Harmon brothers, which allows audiences to fund the projects they want to see come to life. Angel Studios gave rise to the biblical TV series The Chosen, as well as dry bar comedy. Wingfeather has crowdfunded $6.7 million so far, making it the #1 crowdfunded animated family series. The series uses a proprietary paint motion CGI via Unreal Engine. Wingfeather is an adventure series with a redemptive theme and designed for families, because after all, it was funded by them. This is such an opposite model from most studios where they curate the content for you. It's hard these days to find content the entire family can watch that has both a sense of adventure as well as a sense of redemption, rather than depravity. I attended the premiere of the Wingfeather Saga in Nashville and sat down with some of the creators of the show.
I've heard things, Podo. Dark things.
Dragon Day!
I'm coming!
This is a story that is whimsical and it's fun, but it's also got a lot of heart.
I had seen Andrew as such a collaborator. He'd worked so hard to tell this story in this authentic way. I said, I actually want to partner with you. What if we considered that? And it is the most amazing thing to be in a position now where we can bring this to the screen.
The fans have been amazing because they've spread the word. We could not believe how many people jumped on board. It was thrilling, but it just kind of demonstrated what an incredible fan base the books had.
We're so thrilled to give families the imaginative world of Wingfeather Saga, of Ere We Are, of all these great characters. You're a bit of an ex-pirate yourself, I guess, yeah?
I'm a bit of an expert pirate, actually. Straight off the cliff, a lot of them.
Grandpa!
I feel like everyone is going to be able to enjoy this type of a series. It runs the gamut of emotions from joy to laughter to fear and facing life and death situations.
Blackaddish took 3 children in Dugtown last month.
I saw the drawing and thought, that's me. Keep them safe, I will. Get up, go, we go.
Stabbish elbows, exceedingly hot behind your parts.
We really, really believed that we had something special. And so to see not just an appetite, but a hunger to see the Wingfeather Saga make it to the screen is something that only the fans of the series could have done.
Run! Can you believe we fought a Fang?
We fought a Fang! Oh, we're in so much trouble.
Jody Benson, thank you so much for being here today and joining me.
Oh, thank you, Beau.
Jody,
thanks for having me.
Everybody knows you, of course, as Ariel in The Little Mermaid. I was Prince Eric in a staged adaptation of this at the Chicago Shakespeare Theater.
Fun.
So to meet the original Ariel is a huge honor and pleasure.
Yay.
I've got to know,
Prince.
though, actor to actor, how did you land that role?
I was doing a Broadway musical called Smile with Howard Ashman and Marvin Hamlish. And the character that they created for me, it was my first starring role on Broadway, Doria Hudson. They wrote a song for me called Disneyland. This beautiful, beautiful song. Well, the show tragically closed after 6 weeks, and Howard was already working on The Little Mermaid. So all the powers that be, the executives from Disney, came to see the show, came to my dressing room, talked about the song, and that was really special. So when the show closed, Howard felt sorry for us, so he invited a handful of us girls to audition for Ariel, more as something to do on the way to the unemployment office. You know, just something to have to look forward to, because we all lost our jobs.
Yeah.
And so I went to the audition, ran to the ladies' room, made sure no one was in there, talked to the mirror, because I'd never been behind a microphone before. I didn't know what I was doing. And ran back into an old reel-to-reel press play and record and laid down 2 scenes for Ariel, and then I had Howard's cassette tape that they had given us to learn Part of Your World. So I sang a little bit of that, a cappella, and then they sent that away. And so I think a year had gone by. I just kept working and doing shows and stuff. And so a year maybe passed by, and I had a pager, and so I had a beep of a page go off to call my agent. Roll a quarter, 16th and Broadway, payphone, called my agent.
Wow.
And Nancy Curtis, and she's like, I just wanted you to know that you got it. You got that project. I'm like, what project? You are Ariel. You are Ariel. And I was like, what is an Ariel? I don't know what you're talking about. She goes, that Disney thing, that Disney animated thing. I was like, oh, okay. So just kind of started flying back and forth, and that was the beginning of the journey.
Rest of your life.
That's right.
Well, I'm obviously a musical actor too, and I'm actually playing Jesus currently in a show about the Messiah.
Oh, how
and so what I
fun.
want to know is what transition it's like for you to go from the stage to an animated character. If you can explain that to people, how different it is for you technically.
It was really interesting. So flying out for the first day of work, of course, Howard Ashman was my director in Smile. But Howard was the lyricist and co-producer for The Little Mermaid. But because we had just worked together, Ron Musker and John Musker and Ron Clements, our directors for The Little Mermaid, were gracious enough to see that Howard and I had a working relationship, and we had a friendship. So he actually was allowed to come in the recording booth with me and stand to my left and direct me with every line, every breath, every nuance. He played all the characters. And he drew Ariel out of me, but I literally just imitated what I had heard on that cassette tape. And he had such a beautiful grasp of who Ariel was that I just jumped on board with where he was going. So between Ron and John and Howard and myself, we figured out who Ariel was and brought her to life. And my lead animator, Glenn Keane, and my secondary animator, Mark Henn, they were in the booth in the control room, sketching with their Walkmans on and listening. And so it was just such a collaborative, beautiful process of bringing her to life. It was really amazing.
You're playing Nia in the Wingfeather Saga.
Yes, that's me.
That's you. And so talk about how that project came to your doorstep.
Well, when the world was shut down, I had an audition. I was doing some voiceover auditions, and in my closet with my iPhone and my little microphone and towels around me, and creating this little space. And I had I think it was basically 1 or 2 little scenes of Nia. I didn't know anything about Wingfeather Saga. I hadn't read the book series. And I thought, wow, I really like this character. She is powerful. She's a leader. She has incredible authority, but yet she is an amazing mother who is loving and is kind and is generous with her kids, but also has this ability to be a mama bear, which I loved. So I sent that audition off, and months went by, and I didn't hear anything. So I thought, that's okay, things happen.
Maybe it didn't
that's
work out.
no problem. But then I got an email from the agent saying, you're in the running for this, and why don't you send a couple more options? So I did, and when I was cast and started to hear about Chris and Andrew and about the series and the novel, I thought, well, we get to also add this element of faith into it, which was really beautiful. And I hadn't had that opportunity in a while. So it was just another added blessing on top of having the opportunity to create this character.
And since you're so musical and you've got such a musical and singing background, as I watched the first episode, I couldn't help but notice how much of an ethereal quality the music has.
Right.
Almost a trance-like, dream-like, transformative process.
Beautiful.
Can we expect to see more of that through the series?
Yeah, so we finished our first season, and there's some beautiful music, so it's pretty exciting. And I love the story. I love the fact that it's real, it's authentic. You have all sorts of emotions going on. There are scary moments, there are tragic moments, joyful moments, funny moments, but you have this gamut of emotions, and I think it's really important for children to be able to feel those emotions and learn how to process them, with their family. And so it's not fluffy. It's not a fluffy piece, and I like that.
So there's a certain realism to it in being animated.
Very real. very real, and I love that. I love that about the
And
story.
that helps you gravitate towards the character of Mia and be able to present this.
Oh, absolutely.
How important is that, do you think? I mean, because you're a parent.
Yes.
You know, to teach that message to children about the realism of the world,
Right.
And the redemptive themes that we might not see in many animated series these days.
Right. It's very important. Listen, you know, as a parent, obviously we're trying to protect our children at all costs. We do our best to try to maintain some kind of element of control when they're younger about what they can handle, what they can't handle, according to their age, obviously. Sure. But to be able to learn how to process moments of fear, moments of sadness, I think it's very important to not just kind of gloss over it and to know when the time is right. You know, knowing what is right for your child at what age is very important. But I love the project. I think Wingfeather Saga has beautiful stories to share with families that I think are going to be really special moments together.
Well, Jody, thank you for being with me today.
Yeah, thanks for having
It's been such
me.
an honor, from one prince to the original
There
princess.
you go.
Thank you, Jody.
Thank you so much.
You can stream the Wingfeather Saga Season 1 beginning December 2nd at www.angel.com/watch/Wingfeather-Saga or on the Angel Studios app. I'm Beau, and that's the show.